Yes, welcome back everyone. Uh, Here is a project we'll be building today. It's a login page. We have a register page, and at the same time we'll be using Firebase for authentication, creating an account. So let's see how the project works. For the moment, we see that the accounts created, admin@gmail.com. Let's use this to log in. Admin@gmail.com. In case you put a wrong password, it alerts you. In other words, if you just register yet the owner already exists, it also alerts you. So let's just log in because that account already exists. So log in. We see that we have successfully logged in. So we can easily log out. So from that, we can easily sign up for a new one. Let me say demo@gmail.com. Let me no, it doesn't exist. I have to just create an account. I need to sign up. So demo@gmail.com, register page. We on register page, we need to create an account and then sign up. We see that our account has successfully been created. So if we go to Firebase and refresh, we see that the account has already been created. From that, we can come back and log in. Since the account exists, we can easily log in. So let's get started right away. From that, I will need to go to Firebase. Let's start with Firebase. Let's start with Firebase, and we need to create a new project. Once you go to Firebase, come to here, add a new project, enter the name you'd like to use. React-Firebase-Auth. Should we use this one? React-Firebase-Auth. So let's create the project. Let's disable this and just run create. The project will be created. So for that, let's come back here too and create our app, npx create React app, React-Firebase-Auth, and then press enter. Then just press cd into your project, and then just run npm start. Then from that we will see that our project will be created successfully. So we are here. So once you try to edit, you will see that there is some magic and your project is editable. So from that, name it components, and then from that we need to create, inside the components we need to create register a file called register.js. Let's create another file called login.js. From that we'll create another file called home.js. These are components. So from there, let's come here to our project that we created on Firebase. Just press continue. You see that the project has already been created. Press this sign here to get the code. You can nickname your app. Yes, register page. We'll need to install Firebase within our app. So from that, we'll need to install Firebase. So we need to run npm install Firebase. So, and once you run enter, the project will be created, the installation will be done, and then from that just come to register.js. and try starting your project, and then let's say this will be an input. This will be an input. We'll have an h2. We'll have an h2 saying register page. So this will be an input type. Input type will be email. Let's try to arrange the work. and say placeholder will be email. So from that we need to duplicate this input for another field. We need to duplicate this. This will be input type password. Placeholder will be password. So from that, this will be a class. This will have a class name, of container, and then from that we'll have a button. Saying sign up. This will be a sign up button. So from that, once we come back to our project that we created on Firebase, I hope we are done with the installation npm install Firebase. So just copy the whole of this, or else you can press here to copy. Just come to your app. Inside source, you can create a file called fire.js. Within this file, let's paste what we copied from Firebase. Just remove these comments, and then from that, let's also remove this. We'll need to import. We need to import get auth from Firebase /auth. So once you check on package.json, we have Firebase installed. I'm currently using version 9.14.0. And then from that, I will also need to export. We need to export const auth equals get auth to enable it to be accessible within the whole project, within the whole app. So from that, once we come to app.js, and then from that, Once we come to app.js, let's remove this. And say register. We need to import register. So we should also import it here in app.js. So we see that registers, we can now see something going on. So for that, register, we are having it's inside a container. Register is inside a container. Register page. So for the styling, let me import the styling and see. Yeah, without wasting time, for the styling we won't go deep into it. Just come to GitHub. Just write this github.com/Joseph and then once you come to repositories, React-Firebase-Authentication. Just press here, React-Firebase-Authentication. Yes, from that, I will need to come to source. From source, just come to app.css. So you need to copy the whole of this, and once you copy, just come back to your project, and then we continue, So I hope that's it. So we are done with the register page. From that, we'll need to work on, we'll just copy the whole of this in register page. Copy the whole of this in register page. Come to login, just paste it and change this. Change the name. Change the name to login. So this will also be login page. This will be login page. So from that, this will also be login button. So from that, this is the home. This is the home page. It's the home page. it will have a class name of home. We have an h1. Let's say it's welcome to home page. So from that, I will also have a button. We also have a button. It will be a logout button. To have a class name. Once you come to CSS, it will be logout button. It's the class name. So it's logout button. So from that, once you come back to app.js, we'll import all as React from React. So we'll say const user, set user equals react.useState. It will be null. So from that we also have const auth state, set auth state equals react.useState to be, let me say null. So from that, we will say React. Let's say if auth state equals null, we shall return an h1, saying loading. So from that, just copy this, if auth state equals register, here we'll return register to learn to the register page. So here, if auth state equals login, let it return login page. This is login. We have the login page here. So we also need to import login from /components /login. So from that we need to come here and say if user it will return the home page. So from that let's come here and say React.use effect to be an arrow sign. So from that we'll need to import on auth state change, import on auth state changed from Firebase/auth. And then from that we also need to import auth. We need to import auth from Fire that we exported, and then from that we will say const unsubscribe auth equals on auth state changed. So we just say auth, comma, and say async authenticated user, async authenticated user, let's say an arrow sign, and say if authenticated user set user authenticated user set user authenticated user dot email, and then from that we need to set auth state to be home, and then else we need to set user null, and then set auth state, then set auth state login to be on the login page. So from that we will now return unsubscribe auth, and then from that we will say let's copy this and say register set auth state equals set auth state, even on login let's say set auth state equals set auth state, and again on the home let's say set auth state equals set auth state, and then let's copy this and again put it set user equals set user, and then just paste it all of this place. So from that From that, let's see here. It seems home is not imported here, so let's first import home. Hope now that something is going on well. And then we are on the login page because it's what we set. If user is null, if there is no user, you should be on the login page. So from that, let's come to register to add some functionality here, so that once we enter something and submit, an account can be created. So from that, let's come to register. Let's come to register and add on click handle register. So from that, let's use function handle register. From that, we need to add a value. Value will be email, and then on change so from that, we'll need to have a use state. And say const email, comma set email equals, we need to import all as React. From React. So it will be React dot use state. Will be an empty string. So this is password. Set password. So on change we'll set email target value. So just copy this, bring it down here, and just change value to be password, and then set password target value. So from that, you also need to do the same. Copy this, and before we do that, let's first proceed here. Handle register once you come here. So just say if email not equals to null, and password not equals to null, we need to import something known as create user with email and password from Firebase/auth, and then we shall use it here. If email not equals null and password, we'll say create user with email and password, and so from that we'll say auth. We'll also need to import auth from Fire, and then we'll need to say create user with email and password bracket auth comma email comma password. So from that, I will say dot then we'll say we'll set user we should accept user through props. So we'll set user and register. We'll set user user email. This is user. So and again we'll reset. I will reset auth state, and also this we should accept it through props. Set auth state home. So we will say dot catch. For the case of error, we just alert an error. So from that, let's try to see, is it working? So from that, our project I think is here. Our project I think is here. So just come here and build, and then press authentication. Once you come here, you just press this get started. Once you press get started, you need to see that we can easily create an account on Firebase, whereby someone can easily create an account. Then just come here to email and password, press, and then press enable, and then just press save. So from that, as you come to users, you see that we have no user yet. Come back to our app. Come back to our app. By the moment, let's use register. So let's first work on this. Let's first work on this. We'll have a paragraph here. This is register, and say already have an account. So if you already have an account, we will have a span here and say login. Just copy this, and paste it in the login. You need to paste it here and say I don't have an account, and just say register. As simple as that. So from that, once we add some functionality here, we see that we are seeing something great. We need to add some dynamic press here, so that we can change to register and then to log in. So this is register. We will say on click we need to switch register. Otherwise, we can use this callback functionality and say set auth state set auth state register. So we are on register page. We are on register. We should come back here to login and say on click and then call back function and say set auth state and then we are set auth state register. This is register. So we should set here auth state to be login. So from that, inside login, set auth state is not defined. We should accept it through props. We should accept it through props. We see that once you press, you're directed. Let's try to see. This is login. Once you press, you're taken to register. So from that, let's try to see register. This is register. Let's try to see me at gmail.com. Once once we submit, once we sign up, yes, we see that we have successfully created an account. So we have a logout button, but currently it's not working. So once we come to Firebase, for users, just refresh. An account has been created successfully. So we need to add some functionality here so that we can easily go back to the login, and then from that, let's just say we should come here to home page. So we'll need to import something. Import sign out from Firebase/auth. So we'll say on click and say and sign out, and then just say this is a function and sign out. Then we'll say that we also need to import auth from Fire. So I will say sign out in bracket auth, sign out in bracket auth. We will say dot then set user I will need to accept user here through props, and then set auth state here. So we need to set user null, and then set auth state, to login. So from that we need to catch an error, and then we need to alert error. So let's see whether it works. Yes, it works perfect. So So for that, let's continue and see. On register, we can easily create an account. Now we can easily create an account, sign up. Yes, that's perfect. That's perfect. Once we log out, yes, it's working perfect. Yeah, let's continue. Just like, subscribe now. Subscribe, like, share. So we need to add some functionality on the login. So we see that the login doesn't work yet. So once we come to login, we'll say we'll need to copy this from register and then paste it here. We'll also need to import all as React, and then from that if we can copy this, we can still use it here. I think this will be handle login. So here on click, it will be handle login, and then we'll need to import something here. Import sign in with email and password from Firebase/home, and then from that, if email not equals null and password not equals null, I will need to sign in with email and password. I will need to also import auth from Fire, and from that I will need to also accept here through props set user, and from that I think it's okay. We are remained with something here. Input. We need to add a value. A value will be email and then on change you set email. You set email target value, and then we just copy this. I will just copy this and then just paste it here. And from that, this will be password, and this will also be set password. From that, I think we are done. Once we come back here, let's look at the accounts we have created. We have created user. So yeah, we see that it alerts us. So let's say user@gmail.com. Yes. That's fine. We have successfully logged in. Yeah, I hope that works fine. That works fine. I think that works fine now. So we see that we can easily create. We can register admin@gmail.com, and then password. We need to create an account to sign up. Yeah, we see that we have created an account. Says you can save your password. Yeah, we see that we are on our main page. So that has been the authentication. So put comments down in the comment section on what you liked. If you liked the video, just give a thumbs up, and just subscribe if not yet. And I think that's it. That's all we can see. And is there anything else? I think everything is now fine. We can say get ready for the next video. It's gonna be fantastic. Thanks for watching.